There are many things for us musicians that makes us fear for our lives. Sometimes failing an audition, maybe not getting the acceptance of your parents. I would even say doing taxes, proving income from a freelance musician can be difficult at many times, but there is nothing that takes the cake as watching your own performance, your own live playing. This channel is all about doing just that, facing our fears, showing humbly from a point of view the good and the bad of what happens in a performance. This is a wedding that I had the pleasure, the opportunity, the joy to partake on as just sort of like a background musician for like a little cocktail hour situation going on. And I think I did pretty well. My wife was kind enough to take a few videos, and she was like, "You should make these a YouTube video for your YouTube." So I was like, "I'm gonna do a YouTube video for my YouTube, and I'm doing a YouTube video for my YouTube now." This video is not gonna be edited in any way, shape, or form. At least audio-wise, it's not gonna be edited. She filmed it on a Samsung. That's the sound quality we're working with, and it's not gonna be altered to like amplify my sound or anything. It's gonna be, you're gonna notice that a lot of it is, with people around it and things like that. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. I think this is all you need is love. So let's check it out. We're gonna pause it real quick. The swinging's got me so annoyed. I am swinging for some reason. All you need is love, love. So right off the bat, I would say it was pretty loud in there. I remember that, and they gave me the option to play outside or play inside. It was too cold and I think humid outside, so I was like, nah, let's just play inside. I think it will project better anyways. And most people, as you can tell, decided to go inside anyways. The big thing here that I want to look at, the swinging. Good God. The swinging to me, it seems a little distracting. I think I could do better in the future to just not swing as much, just in general. With no audio, it's a lot of bow that I'm using, which I think is good because the space, it was just not very, not very acoustically good for playing. We do have some wood floor there. And it is a decently tall ceiling, nothing too crazy, but I just had to project. My goal was just to project because I was like, I know there's a lot of people in here, and I need to be making them hear me. I need to make them hear me enough at least. The speed, I believe the tempo that I used here was a little fast, but I think that's just because I had my set was just a little in the slowish side. This is just like a little bit faster than what I practiced it. Note wise, intonation wise, I think it was decent. I like the double stops. Maybe it wasn't the greatest double stops ever. Maybe I could have used a different sort of like tone quality for the double stop. It is loud compared to how loud everything else is. The untrained eye would not notice this. I'm sure there's going to be more examples of this, but look at that wrist motion on the right hand. Look at the little hole. Right there. It's very subtle. It's very subtle, but it's classy. I gotta say, I'm see that the little lift. I do this for a living, believe it or not. Well, I don't do this for a living, but I'm aspiring to do it for a living. Hit me up down in the comments if you need a musician for your wedding. This is the kind of stuff that I do. And I think this is the end of, I believe, meditation, Thais meditation. Nice, nice. So you can hear the background music. At this point, everyone has kind of gone into the reception area, but they told me play for an hour, and I played for an hour. And at this point, not many people were there, and they can hear that there's still a little bit of people left. And so I was like, there's people here left. I'm gonna keep playing. A little pitchy at the beginning. So you can see me kind of lowering my finger. Right there, right there, right there. So that's kind of like, I think that's kind of like the micro adjustments. When you play at a normal speed, it's not as noticeable. It is noticeable. And I lose a little bit the sound quality at the end. This is very exposed stuff, by the way. I'm trying to review all the clips that my wife took without like nitpicking, like, oh, I sound good on this one, I sound bad on that one, I sound good. No, I'm trying to just show everything that kind of happens. But oh boy, that start was a little rough. Same there, the D sharp, I think it's a D sharp. It was a little pitchy. You can see me shift my fingers, same as the other example. It's very subtle. It's very subtle. But... Oh man, things you gotta be thinking about when you're playing, right? In practice, like it's just a little moment. People that are there probably didn't notice it. They don't realize that they notice it. It's what I want to go with. So they just brush it off as like, oh, that's just violent. That's just his style of playing. No, it's out of tune, and I'm trying to fix it. What matters is that the last note that you end up playing is in tune. I think that's what people remember and what carries over, that you're able to hear and adjust. I could have used a little more vibrato on that E. I did it vibrato maybe like a second too late, right? It's just there, and then it's a little too narrow, the vibrato, for this space, I think, at least for this. And gotta hit them with the eyebrows. If you don't hit them with the eyebrows, what are you doing? Right here. And then hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have played 6. You know, you gotta play at least the half, at least plus half of it, right? So it should have been 6 instead. Good. Okay. So a few things to a few things to break down here. This is a Taylor Swift song. I forget what it's called. Wildest Dream. This one right here is it's sharper than what I wanted. It's close, too close to an E natural. It's supposed to be an E flat. But I fixed it the second time. So we got that one. the different. It's subtle. It's very subtle, but those things do matter. I think when you're eventually playing it, and I think what matters is that you fix it at least. That your ears are trained enough where you can fix it. I think that's the main takeaway for a few of these clips in general. I like the color change that's about to come up. A little rub on the D string there, but that's okay. The third one, I did a little da, 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 instead of hitting it. Well, that's not even the same note, but that I think is an A flat. I don't remember. I don't remember if I did that intentionally or not. But the fact that I'm questioning it right now, whether it was intentional or not, makes me think that it was an accident, and that can't happen. You gotta be intentional about what you're playing, and if I'm here sitting looking at my own play and I'm going, did I want to do that or not? It's not good enough. It has to be, yes, I wanted to do that. Because I can talk about, well, yeah, I noticed that I was flat here, I was sharp there, and I fixed it in the second time, so that's fine. But in this one, like, I don't remember. I don't know. And you can't really hear from the thing if it's intentional or not. It could be. Now, this one was at the very end. I think I'm playing At Last. Or at least a rendition of At Last. I think this is close to the end, too. So going back to what we talked earlier about intentional sort of like appoggiaturas or little accidentals. That one, for example, that one sounds intentional, right? That little slide. I'll go back to it. Where is it? That one felt intentional. Yeah, so you can hear the slide is more intentional on that one. And we're not going to talk about the note that I think I think it's an A flat, right? One thing that I think it's interesting, it actually projects pretty well in this space. I'm actually quite surprised. But yeah, a few things that I would change in the future, I think, is just get a higher stand. I can already see the comments being like, bro, that stand is like half your height. You need to get a higher one. You're like looking down and no one can see your eyes. Sure. Overall, I think it was pretty good. That's about it for this video. Just a little review on my own play and a little things that I kind of look for when I'm playing, when I'm looking at my own play. And this is just something that, again, very vulnerable stuff, because I'm out here just putting my heart and soul out there, and I'm putting my own perception, my self-esteem is getting put out there on on what I'm doing here. So thanks for sticking through the video. See y'all in the next one.